Welcome to the Trader's Help Desk Online Video Collection. In this video, I'm actually going to show you how I incorporate the THD ADX and the THD ATR in my trading, along with the free volume indicator for multi-charts. I'm going to go ahead and start this to play back. This is from yesterday, and we are going into a downtrend. And what I want you to watch is, as the downtrend occurs, we have made a new low, and we have done it on diverging volume. You see that the ADX is at 69. Now this is a very, very tall volume bar. So I'm expecting, and let me stop this for a moment. At this point, I was expecting divergence to come up, and of course it did. And when we had this volume bar here, I was in a study group, and I said, okay, when you get a volume bar that appears much higher than the rest of them, you normally get an inside bar, and then after that, and this is a pause bar saying, okay, we're going to pause for a moment, and then we get a new low, and it will be on diverging volume. Now this divergence to me is quite differently than the divergence we had over here, and the reason is very simple. You have an RSI that is right at 50, and you also had an ADX that was at 77 when it made the magenta peak. Both of those told me ahead of time that we were going to get a magenta peak, so we knew on this bar that we would come back and we would make a low that would test this. It would be on diverging volume, and then price would at least go up to the ATR on the 12-minute chart. Unfortunately, this was right at the market closing, so we could not trade it. But what I want to do is show you how it actually did play out. And especially watch as this is actually going through, the way that it does actually flip this ATR. And this is going into the overnight session. We're expecting it to come back to the ATR. In this case, it's actually going to flip the ATR. The ATR is initially offering resistance for price to go through. It's totally normal. This is where it's starting to flip the ATR. And now what I would expect is it will come back and test this ATR to see if there is support for price to go up. As you can see, it could not break that ATR. This is where I would be anticipating, yes, it's going to go up. You can see that the RSI is starting to go blue. This is a very normal pattern that we see. And that's just about a 10-point move right now. See how the ADX is at 73? You get the pause bar. Again, we're anticipating a peak now on the ADX. There comes the peak. Now, as you can see, on both of these scenarios on the 12-minute, we were able to actually predict when the ADX peak was coming in. We could also use the divergence to our favor. I mean, all in all, this was, I think, about a 20-point move, actually. It started out at 25.15, and the next peak actually came in at about 25.36. So that was about a 20-point move that was very predictive in nature. And if we actually go to the live edge right now, and let me go to the live edge. If we go to the live edge, exactly what I just described, you have, excuse me, you have an isolated low, then you have a pulse bar, and again, the market is going up because we have made an ADX peak again. So this bar right here actually gave you the divergence, as it was trying to test this low, probably came within 2 ticks of it on lower volume, which is one of our divergence concepts, and now it's going up again. Now again, I would anticipate it's flipping the ATR right now, and typically when it is flipping the ATR, it will have to come back and it will have to find support at the ATR. So initially, and you see that it did it right here as well. It flipped the ATR, goes back up, it tests the ATR, and then makes a move down. In this case, the ATR is below price now, so it has flipped the ATR. It's going to go up, it's going to come back, test the ATR, and only then will it continue to move up. So these are the ways that we incorporate the RSI, the ADX, and the ATR into our trading.